Is the Nikon Z9 recall yet another D750 disaster? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of misty morning and focus combination. So good, so good. I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking tech, talking photo, talking video. Today is a photo day. It is a Nikon day. What the hell's going on over there, guys? What the hell is going on? A recall. I've talked about this in the past, recalls with Nikon, and they've had some problems. And that's why I'm kind of speculating. Is this going to be as bad as the recall that happened way back when with the D750? That was a horrendous recall. Let's hope not. I actually got a whole bunch of DMs as well as emails about this problem. And one of the older friends of the show wrote into me. I'll leave him anonymous, but I want to read to you what he wrote. And I think that it's very apropos of what's going on. And I think you will also. Before I get into all this, I want to say two things. If you haven't downloaded any of my ebooks as of yet, why the hell not? Go pick them up. They are 100% free just for you being here. Go over to JCristina.com/books. Once again, JCristina.com/books. Completely free. Also, you've asked me about VPNs and what VPN I'm using. I told you in the past. I'm going to tell you again. I'm currently using PureVPN. It's working out fantastic. And the nice folks over there gave me a link that if you use, you'll get like a massive holiday discount. I think it was like 82% off. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but literally like 82% off. Go check that out. I'll put a link down below in the description as well as the pinned comment. Anyways, I want to get right into this story. I want to start out with that wonderful member of the show, the email that he sent me. It says this: Merry Christmas, Joe. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. I bought my Nikon Z9 1 week ago. I registered the camera with Nikon, but have not unpacked it yet. Last night, I got home from work to find an email from Nikon USA stating that a TSA technical service advisory, or as we call them, recall, may affect my camera with an out-of-spec lens release button. I checked the serial number at the link provided by Nikon, and boom! My camera is subject to recall. It appears I will not even take one photo for Christmas with my Z9. Glad I have my trustworthy D850. So much for quality assurance, eh? To say I am dismayed and blown away is an understatement. Having written and participated in QA as well as QI programs for my profession, it is hard to fathom how Nikon has come this far with the production of the Z9 and just now figuring this out. Those, quote, out-of-spec lens release buttons should have been spotted in QA long before they were installed in the camera body. I agree with that 100%. I'll give you my speculation in just a second. So he sent me over the service announcement, let's call it, the service advisory that he received in his email. And I appreciate you doing that so we can read it and go through it. Nikon says this: Thank you for choosing Nikon for your photographic needs. Users of the Z9 mirrorless cameras have informed us that there are cases in which the lens release button on the Z9 cameras, when pressed, does not function as it should and does not allow the rotation and removal of lenses or mount adapter from the camera. Kind of a problem. Based on our investigation into the matter, we have discovered that parts that do not meet our quality standards were used on some Z9 cameras. We have identified a range of Z9 camera serial numbers that may contain those parts and will address the issues as follows. Nikon will inspect affected Z9 cameras and replace parts as needed at no cost to the customer, including the cost of shipping affected Z9 cameras to Nikon, as well as their return to customers, even if the warranty has expired. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this issue may have caused. To check whether or not your Z9 camera is one of those affected, visit this page. And they simply give you the Z9 Technical Service Advisory page, which you can go to. Now, it looks something like this. And what I like about this is it just has a box where you can go and stick in your serial number, and then it will cross-reference it with all of the serial numbers that Nikon have found to be affected by this problem. Now, we don't know the actual number of affected cameras. It could be all serial numbers, and they just do this to kind of make light of it. We don't really know. Or it could be just a few cameras that were affected. Either way, to find out if your camera body is affected by this recall, that's all you have to do is flip open your back screen, and on the body itself, imprinted on it, you're going to see a 7-digit number. Write down that number and then type it into Nikon's page and then click check serial number. It's going to tell you if it's affected or not. If it's not, then you don't have to do nothing. Everything is copacetic. If it is affected, now you need to go into the process of sending it back. Bear in mind, you're going to be without a camera for a bit. And if you're one of the unlucky that had this problem, chances are you're going to have a lens stuck to the camera too that you're going to have to send back to Nikon for them to take it off. That's just the way it is. So, when I look at this, it just reminds me of the D750 problems. And I'm hoping that this, let's say the scope of this is very small. And what they're saying is true. There's only a certain number or a certain amount that are affected, and it's not all of them. They didn't say all, but then again, like I said, they could be making light of it, and it could be all, and they just make you go through this procedure just so that everyone returns their cameras. I don't really know. But either which way, I'm hoping this doesn't end up that fiasco of the Nikon D750. I remember when that D750 came out, and then it was recalled and then recalled and then recalled again. I think it was like 2 or 3 recalls. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. And at that time, Nikon was really floundering. I mean, they were having such a hard time. The recalls were just costing them a lot of money as well as perception. What is your perceived value in the industry? Is it getting lower and lower and lower? And at the time, it really was. And I remember I said, listen, when the D850 comes out, if they end up with all of these recalls like we see on the 750, Nikon is done, or pretty close to being done. I mean, it was that bad. And what ended up happening was the D850 came out, and it was phenomenal. No recalls. The thing was spot on. And at the time I said, you know what? This is by far the best DSLR camera ever made. And I still stick with that today. I do believe the Nikon D850 is the best DSLR out there. It is that good. So I am hoping the Z9 will go down the path of the D850, and now this small, let's call it recall, gets past them, and everything is copacetic once again. We do not need to see another, Nikon does not need to see another D750 disaster. So, what are your thoughts on it? Do you shoot Nikon? What do you think about all this? Down in the comment area below, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to know what you think. So, if you enjoyed this video, even in the least, please consider throwing it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not. And if you are subscribed, click this little button over here so when I go live or when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it immediately. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools I've invented for you and me over the years. And hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for another vlog. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you all, and happy holidays.